Now, we have, well, listed 2 or more candidates for each office to be filled, and I believe we have for president. Rebecca Belsey, Cindy Orkin, and Francis Candy.
Let me ask a question there. Do we, not, just elect a president and this time?
We
Your
supposed to have
bylaws
1 or
here
2.
tell you. Your president, your second vice president, your treasurer, and 3 directors,
I
and
knew
your
there
chairman
was
of
2
committee on
offices, I didn't know
nominations.
whether it was second vice president or who, that's the reason I was asking.
Oh, that's the reason I
And
wanted
and
to read
this-
some of the bylaws. Didn't I tell you in that, in the letter?
Well, on yeah, you already listed, it says 2 or more candidates for each office to be filled. And I was just reading those that we had, suggested to us. And now the second vice president, we have Miss Belson, Miss Borkin, and Miss Francis Hammond. That's 1, 2, 3 for that. So we have those listed. And then for the treasurer, we have Miss Margaret Whipper, and Miss Atwater declined, so we need to have some name for the treasurer.
There was no
We
one
only
else,
have 1 on
there
that.
was no one else suggested.
Anybody
no.
want pencil? Excuse me.
We haven't had any other suggestions for the,
You had one more, Miss Whipper, and, Miss
declined.
Atwater. Miss Atwater, yes, you said Miss Atwater declined.
decline. I
That's
know
all.
Miss Whipper's on one we have for treasurer, so that's,
You need one.
you need one for that. Do you have
I
any?
had a real good idea, I don't know whether they were working on, what about Miss Lucy Mace? She's retired.
Marvelous. And
Oh.
she's not an officer right now. She's
She's
on our
She
finance
certainly
committee.
know how to do it well, if she could see fit to accept.
I haven't talked to her, I wouldn't know.
Well, if
What do
she'll
you think?
consent, I think that she'd be a wonderful person, because she's been on the headquarters committee and the treasury, and she's just approved our budget for next year. She knows all of our money situation and our needs and all, and if she'll consent to do it.
Do we need to make a motion that we,
Sister, would you like to move it, Miss Macy?
We'll have to ask her, will we
Yes.
not?
And get her consent.
Well, I would like to move that we ask Miss Lucy Mace if she will consent to appear on the slate.
Second.
treasurer.
Okay, so that'll be, I talked to one person, and I don't know how the committee feels about it, is Miss Hudson. Dana Hudson.
She would be
And
excellent. too.
she agreed to, if, in other words, if we felt like we needed and wanted her, she would be glad to do it.
You mean specifically as treasurer?
She said she'd submit her name.
Would
You
that
have
be
those-
as a second
You
nomination
can
with
have
Ms.
two
Whipper?
or more, so.
Would she, I don't know why she probably wouldn't object to going on with Miss Mays, would she? You think?
And I'm not sure that Miss Mace will accept it.
But I know that Miss Hudson will.
Well, we just need 2 on the slate, really, don't we?
Two or
Just-
more.
Two or
Yeah.
more.
2 or more.
Well,
We
we
have
have
one.
asked
Call
both
Miss
of them.
Slade, call Miss Mace and see if,
let's make a motion and put Miss Hudson's name on there also, and then if Miss Mace would not accept, then we would have the 2 people.
Or would you like to see if Miss Mace would consider one of your other officers there? You may need somebody else. That's the only one though that you need 2 on, isn't it?
That's right.
I think that you're gonna have resignation, Sister, Joseph. I believe you're gonna transfer
What capacity?
as a director, and Miss Mace would be a mighty good director.
Well, would you?
We'll have to get a motion, won't we, to take Ms. Mace off, take her off, because it's already been moved and seconded, to be on.
I personally feel that you can get people to serve in the capacity of director as much as you can as treasurer. And if you could find a capable and willing person, we should take them. It's a lot of work.
I feel so too, and I think treasurer.
You mean as a director?
No, just, fill the treasurer bill first,
Oh,
because it.
well, what did you wish then
And you're gonna have another problem. How far does Mr. Hudson live from here? You see, the treasurer has to sign all the checks and all. And, would she be
Uh,
living in Douglasville, or would she be in
it's
Atlanta?
not too far, I don't think, 'cause where she
Well,
lives.
that's gonna be your big problem on the treasurer. See, before we had, may I just tell you this?
Yeah.
Because before we had Miss Jones, and she was out of Atlanta almost 2/3 of the time she was here. Now, right now, I have my check signed till September. But even then, if there is a problem there, they can't always come to the office, and you have to go and find them. And we don't trust them to the mail. We had some mail, in fact, there's been several robberies here, but that's the reason there's the post office box on that.
Well, would Ms. Hudson not be able to tell you,
How
or
far
consider
is
this?
Douglasville from here? Would she be able to get into the office
It's
to?
about 20 miles, I mean, it isn't far.
I don't know just how far it is to where she lives, but it's not far, 'cause she, comes in a good bit, I know she
Didn't
did.
she say she would serve?
Yeah, she said she would if, if people wanted her to. So,
Well, you have those two, you can have two or more nominees for it, and if Ms. Mace consents, then if not, well, you still have your two.
That's why I suggested putting Ms. Hudson on too.
Beg pardon?
So that'll
Did
get
you
that-
make the nomination for this?
She's
Ah.
changed, she can.
no, I'd rather someone else
I'm
would,
gonna put
because,
Ms. Hudson's name on there, and since she has consented.
I'll second the motion.
then that gives us 3 for the treasurer. And now for the directors, we have, Miss Mary Babbitt, Miss Eula Benning, Miss Pauline Ennis, and Miss Laureen Hollard, Miss Nancy McHaffey, Virginia Moe, and Charity Wells. And as far as I know, they have all, are still in agreement to.
May I ask one question?
Yes.
I am not prejudiced. Please forgive me for asking, because I don't know whether the others know that Eula Benning is Negro.
No,
Eula Benning is Negro. And I'm not prejudiced. She works with me, and I'm very fond of her. But I just wondered if the rest knew and what they thought about it.
I know that she knew that she was.
I do.
But
Isn't she capable?
Yes, she's quite
Well,
capable.
then I think that should be done with budget.
Well,
Well, that was the reason I asked. And I believe she would do her very
I
best.
believe we had her down last year for first vice president.
we had on the ballot for
And she
something.
is
wasn't
our-
it?
It's
She
here.
was very active in her own Grady alumni and was for years president. And she is quite a capable person.
We're gonna publish to ask the candidates to give us a picture, have a small picture and the biographical sketches this time. We have them on all, so far that have consented. And, I have one on Miss Hudson that was sent to the state, so I know we could get one from her easily.
Now, I forget how many directors we have to have.
3, and I don't know what
We're
they do
supposed-
about the resignation of one on that.
Who is it that's resigned?
Sister Josetta's been,
Isn't she transferred to Savannah?
Isn't she one that has to be replaced? Oh,
Oh, the directors? Oh, well, I don't know, in this list, her name's not on here.
let me see my this little book. I think it tells you. Yes, your 3, and, Nancy Sale, Miss Citronbaum, and Ludi Minette. Now, Sister Ancanata would be resigning, she has one more year
Oh.
on that. And I truthfully do not know the procedure on that, whether we're allowed to go.
Vacancies in office and on executive board.
Beg your pardon?
Vacancies in office shall be filled by the remaining members of executive, that's all.
Oh.
I think that's
Miss-
done the interim though between your annual meetings, so.
Miss, Nancy Sales, she agreed for.
Re-election, yes.
For reelection.
All of them are eligible.
Uh-huh,
that are on
if,
there.
she said that you know, she would be on, run for reelection.
Look outside, can you see that rainbow?
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
I saw
A
it
rainbow.
at your meeting, but it's
A
pretty.
rainbow, isn't it pretty? Just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got enough nominees there. that
Well, I
would
believe
do
we
it.
have enough, and then I also talked to Liddy Minette, and she agreed, so if we needed her to help out with the ballot, but you think we would need her on there?
How many do you have?
You need at least 6.
Miss Babbitt, Miss Benning, Miss English, Miss Holland, Miss McHappy, Virginia Moore, and Charity Wells, and then Nancy Sales.
That's 8.
Will that not be enough? And now we come to the chairman of, committee on nominations. And I believe we have 2 meetings here.
Those that came in today are too late, they are not eligible on
Oh,
that
they-
because they
oh, they're
closed, they
not.
were sent to us too, and I
Well,
hate to
then
tell you,
there's no
they're from
need, but-
public health.
One of them
They,
is, One of
we
your
told them the
coworkers.
deadline was the 25th, and they were not even mailed until after the 19th of July.
Doris Taylor was one of them, I don't know the other girl.
And they went to the state and then came in over here. I mean, in other
Mhm.
words, the letter came in this morning and somebody from Center Hill, wait a minute, here's the letter, envelope. Someone forwarded it here this morning, you see, and, they were too late. I mean, in other words, we,
Well,
in the
they
letter.
did it wrong, they should have gone through the district anyway.
It didn't, they didn't mail it till the 19th of
Mhm.
July, it should have been the 25th of June.
Just forget them.
Well, on the chairman of the nominating committee, we have Juliet Adams, and Margaret Armstrong, and Annie F. Stevens.
Have they considered you have everything on there?
Everyone that was submitted to her had consented.
All of these,
In other words, anyone that didn't send a biographical sketch, or the ones that returned them, she has them there in her list there.
Well, Judy Allen will do a superb job,
I believe she will too.
because she is very active in the league and has worked very diligently.
She's been good about getting your notices out
And
in your
she's been
section.
excellent in the public health section, so I'm sure she would do a superb job. I know Judy quite well.
So then we have, that will be complete with the 3 of those, won't it? Well, I believe that must be all we have to take care of, Ms. Atkins.
Efficient, very efficient, Madam Chairman.
Well, I give you one word, if you
If
could
it's,
seen these come in, she's had
I
time to
brought
go
all
over
those
them.
back to you, I didn't know the committee.
They were sent out, we gave out our forms from the state and had to make us up a form, and this is, I think they'd do well if the board would see
For
how
all
we
of
sent
us to
them
see
out.
them?
Yes,
Okay.
and then we sent them out for
They're
the
for you
district.
anyway, I'll put your name on
Sent
them.
them out for the district and for the state. Now, we had to let them know in the state, since there were so many of them, that they would have to, see, we had the state biographical form too, and I really did, I had to make us up a little form to go out, because we had so many of them. Now, here's one, Miss Shirley, and I'm trying to find it here. And all of them, this is Miss Bennings. You see, all of them are received, well, that's Miss Babbitt, no. And all of them did sign their consent to serve, and we tried to make it explicit to them, particularly those going on the state ballot, because with 78 of them, they couldn't possibly put them all there. So it took quite some time to get them all together and press and assemble, but we were very happy that much interest, because we don't get 78 people to the meeting, usually about 45. And to me, that was a good sign.
Oh, good, I'm glad we got them all together, didn't have them. This very thing.
All,
Okay.
we couldn't consider those two that came in late.
Yeah. Well, I believe that takes care of all of it, doesn't it?
I need your list for the minutes, I think. Oh, just,
Right.
you just scratch it,
Right,
it doesn't
yeah.
roll.
Now, do we have to,
What you do
What?
after she gives that report to me, and I must have it by August 15th, after you give me the list of your people. I have it all except that you added Miss Mason and Miss Hunter.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what I
right?
was just adding to it.
All right, if you just give me
And
those
give you the
two,
list of those that
And then what
were
I'll
committed
do-
that's here.
I'll go ahead and ask them for small photographs. We'll have the little tiny ones, you know, overload, the picture we had of Miss Hudson last year, last issue, you know, was on painter, we've had it on time or two. It takes us about $8 to get it cut.
Minutes for those two names.
So we'll have those little ones.
Do we need minutes for those two names, you think?
Well, you need something to cover this, so we'll have it for next year, Miss Laura. That's the one thing that I'm gonna insist on doing. On the first, I'm gonna send to every, section, every officer, every standing committee to give me a little resume. How many meetings you've had, what you've done, and, what you've accomplished. And if you don't mind me showing it to you, that's been the trouble here. Everything's been lost in the files. And so I thought I'd just show you one real quickly. What we plan to do is put it right in front, and then that would, tell you, I know I have it here because we had the bylaws committee here the other day, how many meetings you've had and what you've done, and see if we can't have it. Isn't that terrible not to have it right here in front to show it to you? But it's one little page, which is a complete resume of your activities, and every year we'll have one. And I've got them from last year, from all the groups and all the standing committees. Now, they had a meeting of the bylaws committee just recently out at Emory, and, when she gave me that material back, I don't think I've had time to put it where I wanted to. But, anyhow, there'll be one little, we'd like it qualified.
do we now, Carolyn, have to send out, you know, last year we had to send out the last minute, because we did
You
not
didn't
have
have
a
enough.
quorum,
That's right.
and we don't have to do that
You don't
this
have to do
year.
any of that this year.
So all we have to do now is present you
All
this-
you do now is present that to us, and it'll go to the board, you see, for approval in September. And the ballot, after it's approved by the board in February, on Tuesday,
Mhm.
then we'll print up the ballot and have it ready for the meeting, and any nominations from the floor, to be added to it at that time.
Mhm.
Now, I may have that on this, I think I sent you, Miss
Oh.
Shirley, no?
You know, I meant to, question Ruth Rice if she wanted to, you know, run for reelection, but I didn't get a chance to. We have 300 anyway.
Was she director?
She's second vice president, and she, president's vice.
And I've never seen it fail when you wanted to show something that was the one time you couldn't find it. But anyhow, there's one little page here, and another thing that I'm doing, I'll show you while I'm in here, is that, on all the sections on here, to, whenever you amend your rules, I'm getting off the subject of it on there, but on the beginning of this, so we'll have a resume at the very end of it, when the rules were adopted, and every time they're amended, put it on the outside of the folder. So don't tell me I'm bringing one out that doesn't have it. I've got it anyhow, it's on there. And I was looking to see if I had your little report there. But that's been the biggest thing we've had here, is not being able to get what we need and where we stood. Excuse me.
Well, I believe that takes care of our problem.
This concludes the recording of the meeting, Committee on Nominations, 5th District. Present, Ms. Sally Clark, Chairman, Sister Mary Brown, Ms. Mabel Sherlin, Ms. Alice Morgan, Cynthia Mallory, Ms. Ruth Smith. And Sister Elizabeth Ann and the Executive Secretary were also present. The meeting was held in the 5th District Headquarters on Friday, July 26, 1963. On Friday, 26th of July, 1963.